Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a really interesting scene from Dune, Part 2. Let's break down the moment when Paul and Chani are exploring the desert of Arrakis. This scene is very important as it shows us more about the world they live in and how they survive in such a tough place. The scene starts with Paul and Chani walking through the desert. The desert of Arrakis is vast and seems to go on forever. The ground is covered in sand, and the sun is shining brightly overhead. You can almost feel the heat just by looking at the screen. Paul and Chani are both dressed in special suits called still suits, which help them save water by recycling their sweat and other body fluids. This is really important because water is very scarce on Arrakis. As they walk, Paul looks around carefully, keeping an eye on their surroundings. He knows the desert can be dangerous. Suddenly, he spots something unusual in the sand. He stops in motion for Chani to come closer. They kneel down together and start digging in the sand. After a few moments, they uncover a device. This device is called a thumper. It's used to attract the giant sandworms that live in the desert. Paul explains to Chani how the thumper works. He tells her that it creates rhythmic vibrations in the ground, which the sandworms can sense from far away. These vibrations attract the sandworms, which think it might be a source of food. Paul and Chan need to use the thumper to draw a sandworm away from their path so they can travel safely. They set up the thumper carefully, making sure it's positioned correctly in the sand. Paul shows Chani how to activate it. He tells her that once it's turned on, they need to move quickly to a safe distance because the sandworm will come fast. Chani watches closely, taking in every detail. This moment shows us how well they work together and how important it is for them to trust each other. Once the thumper is ready, Paul activates it. The device starts to make a rhythmic pounding sound. These sounds create vibrations that travel through the sand. Paul and Chani quickly move away from the thumper, keeping a close watch on the ground around them. They know a sandworm could appear at any moment. As they wait, the tension builds. Paul and Chani stay alert, looking out for any signs of movement in the sand. The camera shows the vastness of the desert, emphasizing how small they are in comparison to the environment. This adds to the sense of danger and excitement in the scene. After a few moments, they see a ripple in the sand. It's a sign that a sandworm is approaching. Paul and Chani exchange a quick glance, silently communicating their readiness. They remain calm and focused, knowing they need to stay alert to avoid any danger. The ripple in the sand grows larger, and soon, the sandworm bursts out of the ground. It's a massive creature, much bigger than anything we've seen before. The sandworm moves quickly, heading straight for the thumper. Paul and Chani watch from a safe distance, making sure they're out of the sandworm's path. The sandworm reaches the thumper and swallows it whole. This gives Paul and Chani the chance to continue their journey. They move quickly but cautiously, knowing the sandworm could return at any moment. This scene really shows us how dangerous the desert of Arrakis can be and how important it is for Paul and Chani to work together and use their knowledge to survive. As they continue their journey, Paul and Chani talk about the challenges they face living on Arrakis. They discuss the importance of water and how they need to be careful to conserve it. This conversation gives us more insight into their daily struggles and how they cope with living in such a harsh environment. The scene ends with Paul and Chani moving further into the desert, ready to face whatever challenges come their way. This moment is a great example of their resilience and determination. It shows us that even in the face of danger, they remain strong and focused on their goals. So, that's a breakdown of this fascinating scene from Dune, Part 2. It's a great example of how the movie uses the environment and the characters' actions to build tension and show us more about the world they live in. Paul and Chani's journey through the desert is filled with challenges, but they face them with courage and determination. This scene really highlights their resourcefulness and the importance of working together to survive in such a tough place. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this detailed look at one of the key scenes from Dune, Part 2. Make sure to subscribe for more movie explanations and breakdowns. See you in the next video.